knew that look, Brian wasn't willing to talk. That was abundantly clear. We were attempting. So we were putting our resources on trying to find Gabby. We knew we would deal with Brian eventually, but this is certainly a twist.
Is there any concern, especially since the parents withheld this information, that this could be just another decoy, maybe a way to throw you off for a little bit while he moves on?
Well, I'll leave that speculation to you guys. Don't forget, I don't know. I've never had a missing child in my life, but I think you get to, a point of concern, whether that be a day, 2 days, 3 days. I think that depends on the individual and the circumstances. Remember, Gabby's parents, it was a significant amount of time before they became concerned. I can't fully answer that.
And did the parents say anything about Gabby last night, or did they only want to talk about Brian?
Their attorney was on the phone with us and, was giving them counsel as we spoke, and all of the conversation was only about the whereabouts of Brian.
Is there any chance Gabby's with him?
No, I have no information that is
So you mentioned
even
earlier
likely.
today there was Canines out there. They had some articles of clothing. Can you tell us a little bit about
Yeah,
that?
so we've received a couple questions overnight about, there was some things taken out of the home yesterday during the, this missing person investigation, and those were articles of clothing for our canines to be able to get a scent.
And for those that keep out asking, he was a person of interest, you wanted to talk to him, but he wouldn't communicate at all. I didn't want to talk to you guys at all. For those thinking, why not just arrest him or bring him in and force him to talk to you?
We don't have a crime. We're looking for somebody. That's it. We can't go just pulling people in. He certainly has the Fifth Amendment not to speak, and we're respectful of that. We get it. We're frustrated. Just a couple more, please. I'm sure I could get here all day.
Fifth Amendment right?
That's a technical question. I think that's accurate. When you go to the door and you say we'd like to, are you willing to speak with us about what's going on? And they say, here's the name and number for our attorney. I don't know if they actually said that, the physical words of that.
But can you tell us the name of the attorney?
That's been widely publicized. I don't have
any
that.
chance that the family thinks he's suicidal?
I don't know that I'm comfortable saying that. I think we can, anything's possible.
Can you speak to some of the tactics? I know there's canine units and different things that are going on. Just what you guys are using to search this
Sure.
area?
So we've got 5-6 different agencies that are out there. We've got 50 plus folks. We've had drones in the air. We've got bloodhounds, canines, four-wheelers, side-by-sides, certainly out there. It's very wet.
Who's leading the search?
We are working in conjunction with the FBI to lead this investigation.
We saw airboats being used earlier. Is that part of the investigation as well?
I have not heard the word airboat. It's possible. This canal that runs, is that where you saw them right here in this canal? Yeah. So what they did is they started the search kind of in the park area. Certainly most of you are not familiar with this park. It's about 200 acres, and then there's a bridge which crosses over into the Carlton, which is about 25,000 acres. So the initial focus was on the 200 acres here, and then spreading out there.
Do you have an estimate of how long it would take to search the entire 2,500?
I do not, but you can imagine a long time.
What do you need for this to become a criminal investigation?
I think we would need official confirmation of a crime.
And would you classify this as a grid search?
Yeah, I think that's probably fair.
This is where he entered.
Can you describe the conditions that your teams are in right now and will be in for the
It's muddy. It's wet. There are a few unpaved dirt roads that are out there, basically running along power lines. It's a place that people hike. There are mountain biking trails out there. The Myakkahatchee Creek runs from Myakka City, runs down basically into the city. It's also diverted along these man-made canals that are over here.
It's believed that he entered from here.
Correct.
Does Brian own a gun?
I cannot speak to that.
Is there any reason that people that live nearby or people that may be in the park should be concerned? Or what advice do you have for them?
Well, there's 50 law enforcement officers out here, so it's probably the safest place in Northport.